approach to the number 9 for me, please.
Normal approach to number 9. All right.
Warsaw traffic, copter 181, Mike Bravo, right base, turning final, 9er, Warsaw. Just take your time, slow her down a little bit. We're in no rush to do anything. Looking good. There's our 300. There's our 60. Looking good. Going to the first intersection.
All right.
Nice normal approach. Looking good. Good. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a few quick stops. And what I'm going to say is basically, hey, abort to take off, and then I'll count it down. So I'll say, let's abort, 3, 2, 1, and then that's your cue to enter the quick stop. Remember, it's down, right, aft. Get that flare going. As the aircraft starts to settle, push forward with the cyclic, add some power, and add some left pedal. All right?
Okay.
Nice, smooth entries on everything, all right? Everything's coordinated between all the controls. All right, when you're ready. All right, caution lights are off, needles are matched up. Temps and pressure looks good, plenty of fuel, looking good. All right, on the go. All right, be aware of that tail. Here we go. Abort in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice, better entry. There you go. Now start pushing forward. There's what we want. There it is. Good, good. All right, this one might be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going to get a little bit faster. We're going to be a little faster, a little higher. This time you can pull the nose up.
Okay.
All right, everything's still looking good. Try not to add any power. There you go. I'm going to let you get some speed up. Keep that. Remember that takeoff profile. They stay low till about 40, 45, then she starts to climb. Here we go. And abort in 3, 2, 1. Nice. Of lowering. Pull that nose up. There you go. Once she starts to settle, push forward. Nice. Beautiful. I like it. And just let her keep on coming down like that. That's looking good. Remember, the quick stops are the end of the autos. So this is exactly what I want to see when we start our flare and coming down. All right, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you to abort. We're going to do one more, and we do not want to go off the end of the runway. All right? So just keep that in mind. We're not going to go off the end. We're going to do one more. All right.
Okay.
Everything's looking good. All right, on the go when you're ready. We're going to board in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Pull her up. Nice. Nice. There we go. Good. Just like that, my friend. Let her start coming down. Because remember, this is the end. So you start pulling that power now. We're 10 feet off the ground. So if you burn up all that rotor inertia, we're going to fall 10 feet. Remember? All right. So we're just going to pull kind of max power here. What'd you say we can pull? 25.7. 25.7? All right, we're not going to need it. All right, we're into the wind. Bring us down just a little bit. Take advantage of that downwash. Keep coming, keep coming. All right, take notice where we're power. All right, give me a max performance takeoff, and then we'll make right traffic. Nice and easy, just slowly start, not too fast, just nice and easy. Start to pull, keep pulling. Nice and steady pull. Try not to give up any real estate yet. Looking good. Look at that. We're not even pulling what we need to do. Nice. Perfect. Now start pushing forward. Get your TL. Beautiful. All right. Let's go up to 1800. Make a right downwind. And we're going to do a straight in auto.
Okay.
Power recovery. Okay?
Okay.
We are going to expect to go to the ground in case we have to. We don't want to, but if we can't bring the power back in or whatever, expect to go to ground. That way, if we do, it's not a surprise. We're already set up for it. etc. All right?
Okay.
And on this first one, I'm going to let you run everything. I want you to enter the auto however you've been trained to enter the auto and all that. And then on the next one, I will roll the throttle down. That way we have the nose to the left, the engine needle down.
Okay.
All right, come on around when you want. And we're going to go a little higher. We're just going to go 1800. That way we have a little bit of time to play in the glide.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is when we enter, I want you to hit 60 and just do a normal glide down all the way down to that intersection that we came to first time.
Okay. Okay.
And I want you to enter it when you think we can hit that first intersection. So when you're ready, just give me like a 3, 2, 1 count and then enter the auto.
Okay. And I still struggle with setting up that, you know, like when do I get into it?
Yep. And we don't have too much wind, so it's gonna vary. Today's 6-knot wind. Tomorrow might be a 20-knot headwind, so that it's gonna vary.
It's gonna vary.
Warsaw traffic, helicopter 181, Mike Bravo on right, downwind 9er, Warsaw. And we'll give some guidance. So we want to be at cruise airspeed. I don't know, whatever that is. What is that? 85, 90 in this. We got beanie because we got doors off at 100, right? I think. And how do you enter the auto?
As far as
like, do you roll the throttle down, or you just lower collective and then roll down? Robinson says that you have to lower the collective first and then roll down.
Lower collective, roll throttle, right pedal.
Okay. I don't like that because you don't get the indications of an engine failure, but it is what it is. So that's why I want to at least show you my way as well.
Okay.
All right, just continue on your downwind here. All right, when you're ready, warning caution lights are off. Needles are matched up, temps and pressures look good, plenty of fuel. I'll go landing light on. Warsaw traffic, helicopter 181, Mike Bravo, right base turning final 9er, Warsaw.
I got a little low.
That's all right. It is what it is. The engine isn't going to matter what you're doing when it quits. So you're either high, you're low, you're slow, you're too fast. It doesn't matter. We just kind of set a standard, or we kind of set parameters. That way we have an idea, but it is what it is.
I would say right about here.
I would say you're a little early.
A little early, okay.
I would say probably, let's see here, 3, 2, 1. Down right aft, looking for that 60. Bring that speed back. Yep, now you have to check the RPM, looking good. Bring that speed back. There you go. I like 60. If you want to hold 70, that's fine. You're looking good.
I can slow it down.
Yep, we're gonna overshoot just because we stayed high on the RPM. That's fine, or on the airspeed. Okay, looking good. Just don't go any slower. Yep, looking good. Keep that scan going. Nice. Hold that speed. You're starting to slow down. Hold it until the flare.
Into traffic.
All right, here comes treetop level. A little bit of flare, a little bit more aggressive. Roll throttle in. There you go. Push forward. Now see our hover height here? If we truly had to go touchdown, that's a long way to go.
A little high.
And we overshot because we stayed high on our airspeed a little bit. If we would have brought that back to 60, we probably would have tagged it. But that's it is what it is. It's fine. When you're coming down, I don't know if the acronym that I use is RATS, R-A-T-S, for your scan. Rotor RPM, airspeed, trim, spot. Well, we have a ball here, you could go trim. So rotor RPM, airspeed, trim, spot on the ground.
Okay.
Kind of get that scan going as you're coming down. All right, let's go on the move again, on the go. Let's go around and do it again.
All right.
Warsaw traffic, copter 181 Mike Bravo on the go, 9er right traffic. It was good though, good enter. You held your speed high, so when we entered, I felt we were gonna make our spot, but then we held our airspeed high, and that's why we overshot.
Okay.
And then on the way down, you started getting slower and slower and slower, and you got down to 50. And again, I think you just anticipated the flare.
Okay.
Try to ride that speed all the way down and for that, right before the flare.
Don't get below 60 before the flare.
Correct.
Okay.
For this now.
Right,
I mean, later on we're going to play with the airspeed, but yeah, for now I'd like to see you hit 60 all the way down to the flare, and don't move that collective until we need it at the very end. So I felt the collective move, not on you, but I felt the collective move before on guys as we're flaring. They go ahead and start pulling collective, and you don't want to do that because you're just burning up your collective.
Okay.
The more you use during the flare, the less you have you know, for the hover at the end, or for the touchdown, I should say. All right, let's go to 18 again. That way we just play with the glide. And again, on this, I'm going to let you enter with the throttle and everything.
Okay. Down collective,
down,
right pedal, roll off.
Yeah. In real life, there's no rolling off, but yeah. Down, I always say down, right, aft. Down, collective, right pedal, aft cycling, get your speed back. And then as you're lowering collective, that's when you want to roll off. So it's kind of at the same time.
Okay. But initiate it with the collective down.
Correct. Warsaw traffic, copter 181, Mike Bravo, right downwind 9er, Warsaw. I got the R22 there on the move as well. All right, it's a planned event, so warning caution lights are off, needles are matched up, temps and pressure looks good, we're on the green, we got plenty of fuel, landing lights on. I got the R22 down there.
Oh yeah.
Warsaw traffic, copter 181, Mike Bravo, right base turning final, 9er, I've got the R22 in sight. All right, doing the same thing.
All right.
Power recovery, plan to go to the ground if we have to. Looking for 60 on the way down. Keep your scan going. A little flare. This flare starts at the treetops. It gets more aggressive the closer we get. Count me down when you're ready.
All right. We're saying right about here.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Down right aft. There we go. Bring that. Yep. Start to bring that cycling back. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Just hold this all the way down. You're looking good. Beautiful. Little bit of forward cycling. Looking good. I like it. Hold. Hold. Okay, start a mini flare. Flare gets more aggressive. Hold this. Roll your throttle in. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. Good. I liked it.
Still getting a little past.
You're holding that speed. You're holding that speed a little bit too long. So
get it, like I'm entering it, like
I think you're entering fine,
okay.
Right? But yes, because we're entering at cruise airspeed, right?
So
but you're holding it as when you enter. We're holding the 80 or the 85 too long. You got to bring the cycling back quicker. All right.
Okay, and then of course keep an eye on the rotor over speed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So usually in the 44, collective all the way down and then maybe bring it up maybe an inch or so.
Little pitch pull.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go when you're ready.
All right.
Warsaw traffic, helicopter 181, Mike Bravo on the go, 9er right traffic. All right, this time the only thing different is I'm gonna announce the auto. I'm gonna say auto 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna roll off. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see the nose yaw to the left, and you're gonna see the engine RPM. So what are the two indications, the very first two indications of an engine failure? And I just said them.
The nose on to the left.
Correct.
And then the engine RPM.
There you go. Yaw to the left, engine RPM needle goes to shit. Those are your first indication. And then after that you can say, well, the engine got quiet, or I heard, you know, I heard clunking of the engine, or, you know, I saw that the cylinder head temp went in the red, whatever. But the very first two indications are those. Or at least that should be
gone to the left.
Once the engine has quit, those are what you're going to do. You might notice cylinder head temp getting high or something beforehand or something, but once that engine goes. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, and then after this, we're going to start the 180. Or if you want to do another straight in, we can.
Okay, let's see how this one goes.
All right. So if you just get your speed back a little sooner, but don't jerk it back or anything, because if you do that, you're going to bring the nose up, and then you're going to build that rotor RPM very quickly.
Okay.
But just nice and smooth. As you lower, go ahead and start bringing cyclic back into you.
Okay. Okay.
Bring that speed down. And then once collect is on the floor, if you need to check it by coming up a little bit, then bring it up an inch or so. And then if it gets too low, then we can lower it.
Okay.
Warsaw traffic, copter 181, Mike Bravo, right downwind 9er. All All right, plan event, warning, caution lights are off, needles look good, temps and pressure all on the green. Got plenty of fuel still, landing light is on. Carby.
Turn traffic at 3 Levy 472 and Julius Kilo, turning downwind runway 22 Marion.
All right, remember this time I'm going to roll down throttle. You've got the collective though.
Boone County traffic, Terminal 1026 Whiskey is on a 4-mile final for 18 Boone County.
They're going to roll off, so my nose, it's going to go
You're
to the
going to
left.
see the indications. You're going to feel the nose go to the left. You're going to see it. You're going to see engine RPM go to down. Warsaw traffic, copter 1 Mike Bravo, right base turning final, 9er. Down right aft, get your scan going. Here we go, and 3, 2, 1. There you go. See how that engine, that rotor RPM comes down as well when you're not expecting it?
Right.
There you go. Start bringing that speed back, checking that rotor RPM. There you go. Good. Bring that speed back just a little bit more. There you go. I've got your throttle, so everything's looking good. Keep that scan going. Looking good. Nice. Hold that 60. Beautiful. I like it. Looking good. Yep. Keep that forward speed. All right, here comes treetop level, a little bit of a flare. Flare's gonna get more aggressive. Hold, throttle's coming in, let it start to settle. Now start pulling collective. A little slow, there you go. Overshot again a little bit, but that's all right. So it's a little different when you're not expecting the, you were expecting the engine failure, but you see how the engine rotor, so when you entered, you can set it down if you want for a second.
All right.
Take a break here, just a couple seconds. Good. So when you entered, not one time did I hear the rotor RPM horn, right?
No.
But this, when we actually had the failure because I rolled down, what happened?
It dropped.
It dropped,
Well,
didn't it?
quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, we heard the horn because
Right.
you weren't really, you were expecting it, but you still have that that human interaction time, right? You had that delay reaction of, your brain's got to process, oh shit, we just lost the engine. And by that time, the rotor RPM had come down. Yeah, so that's how kind of more real world it is.
And then with that, obviously, get to that collective's got to get down, and then I can still do aft cyclic to build up even more.
Yep. So
slow it down.
So yeah, if the rotor RPM came down and you're hearing the horn and the clutch is full down and we're still pulling 80, 85, pull that cyclic back, get that nose up, get more airflow up through the rotors, and it's going to build that rotor RPM.
Okay. Now,
and then once from there, then you shouldn't have to check it, but if it builds too fast, then bring up the collective or whatever.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Would you ever have to be like, if it was dropping too much, would you be real aggressive on the cyclic, or that's not necessary? You just
I wouldn't say anything's really aggressive, just kind of more of an aft cyclic, maybe a little bit. You want to be smooth, but maybe more of a pronounced aft cyclic.
More of a pronounced pull on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to do another one, or you want to go into the 180s?
Yeah, let's do a 180.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's do it. All right. So on our departure, we're going to go up to 1800 again, but on our departure, let's get to 1800 before we turn our downwind, and then that way we'll be ready. We're going to try to go to the same spot.
Okay.
All right, it's on you. I don't know where they are. All right, so on the first one again, we're just going to come around. You're going to control everything. Same thing as a straight in. We're going to power recovery, plan to go to the ground if we have to, but it won't be a surprise if we do.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go. So the only thing different is it's going to be down, right, aft, slight pause, turn. The longer you delay your turn, the farther away from your spot. Because remember, you got a tailwind now. That's the whole purpose of the turn.
Okay.
How you feeling? You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Doing just fine, my friend. Doing just fine.
All right. Good.
Remember, the steeper the turn, the more the rotor RPM is going to build. If you do it nice and smooth, then you may not. You'll probably have to check it, but you may not have to be as pronounced with it.
Okay.
If you do a steep turn and a tight turn, that's really going to build. So you're going to have to check that. And then once you level off, you may have to actually lower the collective to bring back that RPM.
Okay. Okay.
But just nice, simple, nice, easy turn.
Marion traffic, Skyhawk 806 Sierra Papa, left crosswind, runway 4, Marion traffic.
And as far as like with the 180 with setting it up, as far as your spot, are you like once you kind of pass your spot, 3, 2, 1? And
I would pretty much say when you're a beam it.
Okay.
And
right,
now, again,
okay.
that's depends on how aggressive the wind is or how strong the wind is. You know, if you got a 20 knot tailwind, you might want to enter beforehand.
Okay.
If you don't have any wind at all,
Marion traffic, Skyhawk
maybe you
806
go
Sierra
past
Papa,
your spot a
left
little bit.
downwind,
Today we
runway
got about
4,
5 or
Marion
6
traffic.
knots, so yeah, maybe a little bit past a beam.
Okay. And then countdown.
Yep.
Okay.
And as far as the lineup, I would probably say at least over the road, maybe even a little bit over that road that's closest to the
I
runway.
got you.
And the farther out you are, you may have to do a 90 turn, 90-degree turn, and then straighten out and get there, and then they make it another 90.
Okay.
If you're really close, it might have to be a straight 180. It just kind of varies.
Okay.
When you feel the pressure to fly, but know the right decision is to stay on the ground, hit the hogs, no-go, and live to fly another day. Helicopterground.com